You are showing up to the gym, you are lifting heavy, and you are meticulously tracking your protein intake to make sure you have the building blocks for muscle growth. You are buying expensive grass-fed whey, eating chicken breasts, and doing the hard work. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But despite all of this agonizing effort, your body refuses to change. You feel stuck and inflamed. I want to validate your frustration right now because you are not failing, and your genetics are not broken. You are likely trapped in a microscopic architectural nightmare. You are eating the right protein, but the literal walls of your muscle cells are made out of the biological equivalent of cheap, hardened plastic. The doors are locked and the nutrients cannot get inside. Today, we are going to dive into the microscopic world of your cellular architecture. We are going to uncover why the type of fat you eat dictates whether your body builds muscle or builds inflammation. We are talking about the omega-3 to omega-6 growth blockade. Please take a second to like the video and leave a comment. Your engagement is a huge help to the channel. To understand this biological blockade, we have to zoom way in, past your bicep, past the muscle fibers, all the way down to the perimeter of a single human cell. Every cell in your body is wrapped in a protective envelope called the cell membrane, or the lipid bilayer. Lipid is just the scientific word for fat. Your cell walls are entirely constructed from the dietary fats that you consume. This membrane is not just a dumb, static brick wall. It is a highly intelligent dynamic security gate. Embedded within this layer of fat are countless little protein channels and hormone receptors. When you drink that expensive protein shake and it breaks down into amino acids in your bloodstream, those amino acids cannot just magically teleport into your muscle tissue to make it grow. They have to pass through the cell membrane. Hormones like insulin have to attach to the receptors on the outside of this fat layer to signal the doors to open. If your cell membrane is healthy, fluid, and flexible, the doors swing wide open. Insulin works perfectly, and the amino acids rush in to repair and build the muscle. But if the membrane is compromised, the doors are jammed shut. So what jams the doors? The answer lies in the modern food environment and the explosive rise of industrial seed oils. Oils like soybean, corn, sunflower, and canola oil are heavily concentrated sources of omega-6 fatty acids, specifically linoleic acid. Now, let me be clear. A microscopic amount of omega-6 is essential for human survival. But our ancestors evolved on a diet with a ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 of 1:1. Today, due to the cheap, ubiquitous nature of ultra-processed foods, the average person is consuming a ratio of 20:1. We are flooding our biology with omega-6. When you consume these massive quantities of omega-6s, your body has no choice but to use them as the primary building material for your cell membranes. At a molecular level, oxidized omega-6 fatty acids are rigid. When they pack together to form your cell wall, they create a stiff, hardened, inflamed barrier. This is the cheap plastic effect. Your muscle cells become a fortress. When insulin comes knocking to deliver your hard-earned amino acids, the stiff membrane cannot properly receive the signal. The receptors are blunted. The nutrients literally bounce off and remain in your bloodstream, eventually being stored as body fat or excreted, while your muscle tissue starves. The only way to break this blockade is to remodel the architecture of the cell wall. And the primary tools for that renovation are omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, found abundantly in wild-caught fatty fish. If omega-6s are stiff and rigid, omega-3s are the exact opposite. Their molecular structure is highly curved and flexible. When your body incorporates EPA and DHA into the cell membrane, the membrane becomes beautifully fluid and permeable. It operates like a well-oiled machine. When your muscle cells are built with omega-3s, they become hypersensitive to insulin. A landmark 2011 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated this beautifully. The researchers found that supplementing older adults with omega-3 fatty acids profoundly increased their muscle protein synthesis rates. It wasn't that they were eating more protein, it was that the protein they were eating could finally get into the cell. The omega-3s lubricated the locks on the doors, allowing insulin to effortlessly shuttle the amino acids into the muscle tissue. But the blockade caused by seed oils goes even deeper than just the cell wall. It actually penetrates the command center of the cell and directly interferes with your body's master muscle-building switch, a signaling pathway called mTOR. mTOR stands for the mechanistic target of rapamycin. When you lift heavy weights or eat a high-protein meal, mTOR is the biological trigger that tells your body, we have a surplus of energy and a mechanical demand. It is time to build new muscle tissue. It is the holy grail of hypertrophy. However, a high omega-6 diet triggers widespread systemic inflammation. Your body converts excess omega-6 into highly inflammatory compounds called prostaglandins and leukotriesionins. This chronic, low-grade inflammation acts like biochemical static. It drowns out the signals inside your cell. Clinical literature, including research from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry in 2015, shows that an inflamed cellular environment actively suppresses the mTOR pathway. Even if you lift the weight, and even if you eat the protein, the chronic inflammation from the seed oils acts as an emergency brake on the mTOR signal. Your body refuses to build muscle because it is too busy fighting a localized chemical fire. When this inflammatory state continues for years, it culminates in a condition called anabolic resistance. This is exactly what it sounds like. Your body becomes completely resistant to the muscle building effects of protein and exercise. For decades, the medical community believed this was simply a tragic, unavoidable consequence of getting older. We thought that as you aged, your muscles just naturally stopped responding to food. But modern nutritional science is rewriting that narrative. We now understand that anabolic resistance is heavily driven by diet-induced cellular inflammation. It is not necessarily your age that is stopping your progress. It is the inflammatory burden of your cellular environment. By aggressively lowering your omega-6 intake and elevating your omega-3s, you can actively reverse anabolic resistance. You can make the muscles of a 60-year-old respond to protein with the same robust vigor as a 20-year-old. It is about removing the biological interference. This is precisely why elite performance dietitians and longevity experts consider high-quality omega-3 supplementation, specifically krill oil or high-dose fish oil, to be the ultimate silent muscle-building supplement. We usually think of fish oil as a heart or brain supplement, but it is an absolute necessity for body composition. Krill oil is particularly fascinating because the EPA and DHA are bound to phospholipids, the exact same type of fat that makes up your cell membranes. This makes krill oil incredibly bioavailable. When you take a high-dose purified omega-3 supplement, you are not just reducing inflammation. You are actively delivering the exact premium building materials your body needs to swap out those stiff, cheap plastic cell walls for fluid, responsive, high-performance membranes. You are also providing the raw materials for your body to produce resolvins, specialized molecules that actively hunt down and extinguish inflammation within the muscle tissue, speeding up your recovery between workouts. So if you stop eating ultra-processed seed oils today and start loading up on wild-caught salmon and high-quality omega-3 supplements, how long does it take to fix the blockade? We have to be scientifically honest here. This is not an overnight fix. You cannot undo decades of consuming industrial seed oils in a weekend. Your body is a biological construction site, and it takes time to tear down the old walls and build the new ones. The half-life of fatty acids in your cell membranes varies. Red blood cells turn over in about 120 days. But your skeletal muscle tissue is stubborn. It can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months of consistent dietary change to fully flush the rancid omega-6 out of your muscle tissue and replace them with omega-3. You must have patience. The first few weeks, you will likely notice a drop in systemic water retention and joint pain as the overall inflammation subsides. But around the 3 to 4 month mark of a high omega-3, low omega-6 diet, the magic happens. Your cellular architecture completes its renovation. You will suddenly find that your workouts feel better, your pumps are more intense, and the protein you are eating is finally translating into visible, sustainable muscle growth. The doctor's verdict: rebuild your structure. You are not broken, and your efforts in the gym are not in vain. But you cannot build a resilient, powerful body if your cellular foundation is compromised by industrial fats. By eliminating cheap seed oils and flooding your system with high-quality omega-3, you restore the permeability of your cell walls. You sensitize your body to insulin, and you unblock the master mTOR pathway for growth. Give your body the premium materials it deserves, and it will reward you with the results you have been working so hard for. Stay consistent, trust the science, and I will see you in the next video. Watch this video suggestion. It was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.